Shalom.
Shalom.
Alaikum Shalom.
Alaikum salam.
We're now on YouTube, social media YouTube, and we're also, as we always do, going to grab our friends who are over on Facebook this morning or this afternoon, just as we always do on Facebook, social media. Two of the most popular social media websites with recording of video on the planet. We provided that technology for them in 1947 when we left a spaceship. When he landed a spaceship here on this planet in the United States in Roswell, New Mexico, the first week of July 1947, sometime around between July 4th and July 7th, my arm left a spaceship here with technology inside of it that will enable them in the future to fulfill prophecy and allow my celestial soul to come on video so that every eye who tunes in on these social media video websites would be able to see me and hear my voice. The United States government, among other nations, including Canada, have deceived the world into believing that our spacecrafts are UFOs, which is totally ridiculous. And I'll say this again, as I've always said in the past, several times. There is no such thing as a UFO. It's impossible. A UFO is impossible. Do not believe that, Judah. And all other nations of the world, I'm speaking to you Gentiles as well, wherever you are, watching me on live stream on YouTube or on social media's Facebook. If you can see my face and hear my voice, I'm telling you again today, do not believe in UFOs. They do not exist. It's impossible. Why? Because the English's alphabets that you know as U, F, and O, the United States government, NORAD in Canada, has deemed those three letters as the beginning of words, three words that are known as unidentified flying object. That's what those three letters represents. UFO. Unidentified flying object, or objects in plural. So how come there's no such thing? Because you just identified the F and the O. You identified the F and the O when you said you. How can it be an unidentified flying object when you just identified it as a flying object? Your handicap is that you have no idea who created it and where it came from. You know your hands didn't make it. A flying machine that can fly faster than you can turn on your light switch in your bedroom. And that's just a cruising speed at 186,000 miles per second. That means our spacecrafts are not limited to speed. Neither are we bound to light. And as long as there's hydrogen in and out of the Earth's atmosphere, then we'll never run out of fuel. Our spacecrafts will never run out of fuel. They are propelled and fueled by hydrogen. Two parts. One part O. H2O. So Get that out of your reprobate minds of UFO. They are called celestial spacecrafts from another planet, which includes this planet. They're also from this planet. This planet also belongs to us. That's why I'm here on it. I'm on this planet because it belongs to me. The third from the sun. I just had to go over that for a moment to set the record straight. No UFO, celestial spacecraft that you didn't make. They belong to who you call God and his angels. And that's how I arrived back here today on this planet. The same way I left over 2,023 years ago. As I went up in one of those spacecrafts, and I said I'll return in the same manner, a spacecraft. And I did. Landed in the Bermuda Triangle in 1953, December 26th, sundown. 40 weeks later, I came out of a gateway in Miami, Florida, where I sit right now, of the United States of America with Judah, Yehuda, just as promised and prophesied. I may look familiar to you if you tune into these social media websites, social medias, Facebook and YouTube. You may have even seen me less than 24 hours ago. And at the end of the second part of what I introduced yesterday and announced, I made it clear during my editorial that you would not see me again for a long time. But I made that clear. And as I told the angels that are here with me in Miami, Florida, you should be thanking your God, even if you don't know his name. Thank God that I am not in charge of prophecy. See, I am not in charge of prophecy, but I'm here to fulfill it because I wrote it. Now, since I wrote it to fulfill it, I'm not the keeper of it. Baal is the keeper of prophecy, and he has it in intervals of time when they're to be fulfilled. That's why I left in Matthew 24 that no man know the hour, the day when my hour will come. No man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only he knows when he's going to end it all. I do know that we're in the last days. And that means even at the door, it's knocking at the door. The end is at the door. It is nigh. Summer is nigh. You're only a few days away from summer. That's in Matthew 24. According to all men of the United States and all mankind in these countries on this planet, summer is scheduled to begin June 21st, according to them. And little do they know, summer began last month, well, April actually. Summer began April, the moment that Ma'ab started moving this planet closer to the sun. And that's one of the reasons why I come on today to deliver another message. Ma'ab is ashamed and upset. And when I learned this morning, after he showed me why he's ashamed and upset, then that made me ashamed and upset. And I always knew it. I just didn't know that he would bring it to my attention so soon. And he is ashamed and upset for the same reason that I'm ashamed and upset. And so much until Ma'ab, who's known as God to those who are watching, the theologians of the world, has given him an erroneous appellation that they created by the Phoenicians called the Tetragrammaton as a name that is not his name, known as Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh in Hebraic. That's three Hebrew characters, three. They created three Hebrew characters from right to left. One of the three, of course, is positioned twice. That's Hey, the fifth element. And they are known as Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh. Wav, there's no V in Hebrew. It's Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh. That is not my father's name. That's an appellation that means the way, the truth, the life. The door, the way, the truth, and the life. See, I brought back the other H. The door, the way, the truth, and the life. Ma'ab is life. He created it. He's the God of it. He gave it to you. He's going to take it away. I cannot rest. Not now. I cannot rest. Not as long as my enemy is still here. And I'm going to destroy my last enemy, and then I will rest. And in case you're wondering who that may be, it's not a who, it's a what. And that what is known biblically and scientifically, humanitarianly, socially, as death, even physically, death. That's my enemy. Opposite of who we are as life. I'm a part of the Tetragrammaton too. I am the way, I'm the door of the sheep. If anyone knock at this door and call my Ab's name, I will let him in. I will let him enter in, and I will come into him, and I will be his savior. I'm also known the Bible as Micah. I'm the very soul of Micah. It's a Micah thing, something that you will not understand. You cannot. But what I have in my soul, that my art placed in my soul, that no one else in existence has. I want you to hear that again. Mine art placed something in my soul that no one else in existence have in their soul. Not only a telepathic communication between himself and myself, no matter where he is in the cosmos, no matter how many light years away he is from this planet, that telecommunication, that telepathic communication is not limited to the distance. And is known, I've created a more modern technology of what we have. We have a communication. Ma'ab and I has a communication. That's a little short for communication connection. A communication. Nobody knows what a communication is. Look at your dictionary, and when you find it, bring it to me. Show it to me. Show me the word communication in the dictionary. And then I'll show you my face right next to it. That means Washington District of Columbia, the Library of Congress stole it since I announced it the other day. If they heard it, they probably could hear me now, even without the technology of the live stream, audio, video. They planted all kind of bugs around this house. They have my cell phone. I know they have that all bugged up. And so much until I got to spray it with off. And insect repellent. Bugs. I'm just letting the United States government know that it's me with the humor of the sport, Chef Shimshaw. I was known as all of that. Not going to take up too much of your time. This is still the first day of the fourth month. A little less than 24 hours ago, 15 hours ago, I was on and announced it at sundown. The last sundown was the beginning of the first day of the fourth month of our solar year, 6026. And here we are a few hours later, just before sundown again. That would be the second day of the fourth month of our solar calendar. According to your calendar, opposed to our sundown last night before 12 o'clock, we are now in the 9th day of June. This is the 9th day of June. When I came on a sundown on our first day of the fourth month, it was still the 8th day of June. But then we came across at 12 o'clock that they have deemed and programmed their clocks to begin their next day at midnight. That means our people are still sleeping in the dark. Their days begin in midnight, in the middle of the night, as our days began just as the peak of the night, at dusk. just before darkness, the dust of the earth. Anyway, I'm being obedient, and I'm obeying my again, and I'm announcing another prophetical message. That way you wouldn't have to wonder why it's going to rain so much in Miami or Florida. That means what? I will say this. That means while the rest of this country is going to suffer a heat, my arm is going to keep it cool in South Florida and bring us rain. The rest of the country will go in drought. Even as you drain your fire hydrants trying to stay cool from the heat that's coming. The day of the Lord Yahweh is here. You don't know what you're asking for. Last night, my op showed me and sent me another message that only I, that's known as Mika, can decipher. A vision. Because you have never heard of a fish on the wall. You have never heard of a fish jumping out of a fish tank in your house, a fish bowl. Several of them, the same species, jumping out of the fish tank at their will and crawling on the wall. And then when they need more air or oxygen, after being out of the tank and on the wall, they hop back in the tank. They also come out of the tank when the light is off. And then when the light comes on, they jump back in the tank. The fish on the wall. And that lets me know from my two things. One is he's ashamed and disappointed and upset. And the other thing is that he's here. The day of the Lord is here. Now, he left this as part of another message that was cryptic sometime around 1993, 94, in the mid-90s, when he was in Louisburg Penitentiary. He sent it to me through another message opposed to the honors rule that the United States government stamped on his prison number. He sent several messages to me through that recording that he recorded. It's called Lesson Number 5, Our True History. Our True History, World's Best Kept Secret. Lesson Number 5, you are not a nigger. You don't even know what that meant. It had nothing to do with being blasphemed, Yehuda. You're not a nigger, Our True History. That nigger has nothing to do with what you think it is. You're looking at N-I-G-G-E-R. You're not looking at the two G's in the middle of an I. The son of none. That's in righteousness. You didn't see that from the east. You didn't see the son of none, who is I, one of the two gods with the two G's, that's from the east in righteousness. You thought it was nigger. N-I-G-G-E-R. See, we're telling you are not one of the two gods, the son of none, who is I, one from the east in righteousness. That's not you. That's me. I am the nigger. With my R, two G's. Big G and little G. A and B. He's A, I'm B. That's I, the son of none. I told you in my book that I announced last night. He wrote that. Why would he write a book and put on the book on the cover, you are not a nigger, as if you didn't know what you already thought you were? You were called niggers since the 16th century. As slaves, that's what you thought. It's a proverb and a proverb. You were told you were going to be called some of that. You thought nigger was one of them. No, colored, coon, spade, jig,
Mm.
Negro, African American, Afro American, color water fountain, colored bathroom, not nigger. Without the G, there was with one G, only one G. That's Niger.
Mhm.
That's Niger. See, Niger. There's no J. It's Niger over in Africa.
Mhm.
And with the O on the end, that's black, Negro. No, you are not a nigger. There's only one nigger today. One. One nigger. Me. You are not. I am. But you didn't know what that meant. It's like you don't know what something else meant what he was saying in the recording. I'm gonna play it, let you play. I'm gonna let you hear it right now. You don't know why he showed me that fish on the wall. You don't even know what kind of fish it was. But when he showed me the fish, and I saw the fish before, and when I looked it up this morning online, I said, wow, that fish is here with me now. A lot of those fishes are here with me. And he's disappointed and upset and ashamed of a few of those fishes. The male species of those fishes, that fish, particular fish, is a species of them, but there's one particular the species that are with me that he's ashamed of and he's upset with. And so am I, the male species. I want you to, I'm not going to be here all day. I have things to do, places to go, people to see. I want you to go now to YouTube. You should find that number 5 lesson that recorded in the 1990s at a certain point, and you're going to play it nice and loud. And I want those who will join me, I want you to hear this. If you can, you're going to listen, but at a certain point, I'm going to stop it because you got to hear this. This is like the umpteenth. This is like the Juneteenth time. You and your foolish Juneteenth. What in the hell is Juneteenth? This is the Juneteenth time that we're going to hear this. Go ahead, let it play. Take off the wording.
Refers to the worthlessness and the evilness of this society that you find yourself living in the ghettos, taking drugs and the useless, vain conversations that take place, all the immoral and wicked conversation that takes place among our people living in the ghettos and in the cities of America. Isaiah chapter 66, verse 24 says, "And they that reject the truth shall go forth and look upon the carcasses of the men that have transgressed against me, Yahweh.
Pause.
For their worm shall not."
I just have to reiterate again that he just called himself Yahweh, but didn't hear it. He said against me, Yahweh.
Mhm.
And that would explain again. I had to. I'm listening. You can't hear him. You cannot hear my father speaking to me because I told you I have the only mind of his kind in existence. And when he speaks to me and tells me to do certain things, I'm going to do it. He told me to pause and show you the book again that he titled. This is volume 3. This is volume 2. Volume 1, the Peace Foundation took out of circulation. But they can't stop anything. They can't stop prophecy. I'm going to stop them, but they can't stop me. You just heard my say, me, Yahweh. That's not in the scripture. The Lord is not there.
Mhm.
He was telling them from prison back in the 90s that he's Yahweh. And some of my solid, hard-headed Hebrew Israelites of the tribe called Yehuda, Judah, they're hard-headed, so rebellious, and they're still calling him Yahweh ben Yahweh. Continue to do it and wear your white. You think I'm disturbed in my mind because you're still wearing white and calling my Yahweh ben Yahweh in English? You want to know why he's upset? Wait till you hear this message that he gave me to give to you. that you have never read before in the Bible. You had no reason to, but continue to do it and watch what's coming. See, it's close. The day of King Alfred is close. They're going to soon throw your ass in concentration camps. And I mean the ass, just like the ass of Balaam. You soon go wearing your white and calling on Yahweh, Ben Yahweh. Let it continue. We're going to get to that.
Neither shall their fire be quenched, and there shall be an abhorring unto all flesh. Everybody will hate them. And we see that right now exhibited. Everybody on the earth hates the so-called black man of America. All the nations of the earth despise the so-called black man of America. Have you ever wondered why? Have you ever considered why? Here is a special warning to all you false Christians in Milcah chapter 5, verses 18 and 19, which says,
Now, I didn't tell you earlier when we first came on doing a benediction, but it suggested anytime you see me come on live stream that you grab your Bible. The most preferred is the King James Version, authorized edition of 1611. And just for the record, no man wrote the Bible. I've been reading a few posts on social media's Facebook with a few of my people asking who wrote the Bible. I said, man, no man wrote the Bible. I don't believe what man wrote. How illiterate are you? Destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Not realizing that all Bibles are printed on a printing press. The keys like a typewriter. And all the letters from A to Z are on those keys, even numbers, numerical. So that means no man wrote the Bible right. The Bible was printed, copied, translated from original scrolls, some of it, most of them, and then they were redacted, and some created their own Bibles, NIL, NLT, ABC, all kind of Bibles on the market now. Even Spanish and Latin have their own Bibles. They're all printed, redacted. A little of the truth was taken out from the scrolls and then placed in transliteration. Transliteration, that's writing. Transliteration, printed. Transliteration. Translation is verbal. Translation is a verbal translate. Transliteration is writing translate. So what you see in your Bible, the King James Version, was the closest to the scrolls that he got from William Tyndale and John Wycliffe, who made the mistake and put Yahweh in their Bibles in translation. And the other English came along and put Jehovah. And then they substituted that, some of it with Lord and God in all caps. Lord God, all lowercase and caps. So grab your Bible. You should. If you don't have it by now, grab something to write with, or something to write on. Take notes. And you just heard my over 30 years ago. So 30 years ago, telling you to grab your King James Version Bible and turn to the book called Milcah chapter 5. So go to your Bible and turn to Milcah. Look for Milcah chapter 5. And then bring that to me too. Show it to me. Show me Community Connection and Milcah chapter 5. Show me Community Connection in your dictionary and show me Milcah chapter 5 in your Bible. Any Bible. You can go to the NLT, the TCT, or whatever they got now. The NKJV. Bring it and show it to me. So we can study Milcah chapter. Let's study together. I'll pay for your airline ticket. I don't care where you are on the planet. I will buy you a ticket because you're watching on YouTube. You're someplace on this planet. Send me a comment, leave a comment, and tell me you're in Nigeria, Ethiopia, you're in China, you're in Hong Kong, you're in Timbuktu, you're in Brazil, you're in Australia, you're in England. Wherever you are, let me know, and I'll get you a ticket. I will go to Priceline if I have to, and find you a nice ticket, round trip. Or if you want to stay, let me know you want to stay. One way, and you can come and study with me. Just show me in your Bible the book called Milcah. That's all you have to do. That's how easy it is. And then bring a dictionary and show me Community Connection in your dictionary, and you got yourself a home, a new home. But don't worry about packing no clothes. Don't come off the rooftop and go in the house for nothing. Don't come out the field. Go straight to the airport. Your ticket's waiting for you at the ticket counter. Just give them your name. Make sure you send me your name and have a passport. Because you got to come through customs. United States. Homeland Security. Did we turn the milk car? Okay, now we have milk car. Let it continue to play. Chapter 5. My he's going to read for you. So something who cannot read, he's going to read it. He's going to let it play it. He's going to read it for you.
Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord Yahweh. To what end is it for you? As you cry for the day of the Lord in your churches, what end is it for you?
This is the day of the Lord Yahweh they're crying for.
Mm-hmm.
The end. This is the beginning of the vision he showed me last night to announce to the world what he showed me. And to announce to especially Yehuda, the hard-headed king tribe of the Israel, of the other 11 tribes. Judah is the ruler, Yehuda, the king's tribe, the tribe that I chose to be with today. I was with Yehuda. I didn't come out of Yehuda. I'm not a Yehudite. I'm not an Israelite either. I'm not. I am a Celestialite, a Hebrewite. I'm a Hebrewite. A Hebrew Celestialite is who I am. I'm not normal. I'm not a regular man. I'm not an ordinary man. You may think I am. I came with my mob and I came here together. Although I waited 19 years. He had me to stay back for 19 years. And then I joined him when he came. He came in 1935 according to their calendar. And I came 19 years later. Do your math. Israel had already taken over as being a state, free from the Queen of England. 1947. The same year that we landed the spaceship here. Roswell, New Mexico. What end is it for you? You calling for the day of the Lord Yahweh. What end is it for you? You still calling on Yahweh. You don't know what you're calling for. You don't know what you're crying for in your churches. You crying for God to come and help you out of this pandemic. It's another one I just surfaced in Central Ohio. Somebody showed me. Suburban, what they call COVID-19, hang around Ohio, the low valleys and the high valleys, the East Coast, West Coast, it's all over. It's just that Ohio's reported it.
Right.
They have one, if you touch something, you get it. You touch it, you get it, you got it, you die it. You're dead. Better wear gloves. I'm in my house. I have to wear gloves. Those who are around me, they're on the wall. You didn't hear me. I said, those who are here around me, they're on the wall. Play it. You'll see it's on the wall. Serpent bit it on the wall.
The day of the Lord Yahweh is darkness. You don't know what you're crying for. Did you know you're crying for darkness? That's what Micah chapter 5, verses 18 and 19 say.
Now all of a sudden we went from Milcah to Becher. That means that by the time this is fulfilled and you find out who Micah is, then Micah will reveal it to you what he's really saying. Encrypted, crypto, codexed, midrash. That means it's going to come a time when he revealed to me in a vision who that serpent is whose hand bit you on the wall. That's found in Amos chapter 5 and verse 19. See, that's an A must. A will reveal it. A is reading. To me, M, of the circle to all of you who are the sons and daughters. AMOS. Amos is not a being. Amos is a code, cryptic, coming from Micah. So all you have to do now is turn to Micah chapter 5 and read verses 18 and 19 in your Bible. Now you'll find a book called Micah. It's right in the middle of it. It's right in the midst of the 7 candlesticks. It's the 33rd book out of 66, right in the middle of the Bible, Micah, right in the middle of all this mess. So turn to Micah chapter 5 and read verses 18 and 19. Comment me and tell me, bring that to me too while you're coming. It doesn't matter what Bible. It could be a KJV or the JVK or whatever backwards. Wherever you find, you can get a Bible that was created in a garage by Cecil. If Cecil wrote a Bible, you see, he's writing a Bible, not printed. If Cecil wrote a Bible, or Taiwan or whoever, Taquan, Yakisha, whoever wrote a Bible in their dictionary, in their garage or in their attic, bring it to me and show me Micah chapter 5 and read verses 18 and 19, because that's what he said. You hard-headed, rebellious people. You keep on, you're going to die. You're going to die if you don't come to me. And my word will not return to me void. You are going to die. You must love death. And he didn't create these souls to die. My Ab did not create these souls born to me to die. They're my souls, and you want to die. How foolish are you? Why? Something simple, because you don't believe. Something as simple as believe not is going to take you out. Believe it not. That's in Revelation chapter 21, verse 8. The unbelieving. You're going to have your part too. I'm not trying play it. I'm not trying to convince him. It sounds like I'm trying to convince someone. Play some more. That's what Micah chapter 5, verse 18 and 19 said. What else?
It would be a day, the day of the Lord Yahweh is darkness and not light. As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him.
You fleeing from the lion of the tribe of Judah. Now you're being met by the bear of the United States government because they can barely hang on. They can barely make it. You flee from the lion that was in Miami because you were once time in Miami at international headquarters, right here in Miami with him, and me. I was there too. I'm going to show you at the end of this. I was there with him in Miami back in the 80s, the early 80s. I was right there with him on his right side, right in the temple. And he established it. He came here to establish the kingdom of Shalom, and you leave. You left the lion. Now you're out there in other countries, other states, other cities, other counties in this country, meeting a bear, and you can barely make it. That bear gonna get you. It's a black bear too. Darkness. You're gonna barely hang on. And what else?
Or went into the house and leaned his head on the wall, and a serpent bit him.
Pause. Now you got your hand leaning on the wall. A serpent bites you, but you don't know what serpent that is. Just play a little bit more of that. And
yes, dearly beloved, because your lying, dumb, ignorant dog preachers are not teaching you the truth, you are going to suffer all of these things, and you are suffering them now.
That's it. Suffering means you're suffering them now, and eventually it leads to death. Because you're leaning your hand on the wall, and a serpent's biting you on the wall. You're leaning your hand on the wall, and a serpent is there waiting on the wall to bite you. Because you won't come to the other thing that my showed is on the wall. The fish. There's a fish on the wall right now that's here to get you. There's many of them. But you rather go to the serpent on the wall. And the most dramatic part about this is this on the wall, this fish, this particular fish is here with me to serve my Ab first, and then to serve me. But my Ab is ashamed of them, upset with them, because they don't have the wisdom that they should have being with me today, that he taught them and gave them in their souls. And so much until the females are wearing blush on their faces. Now, some know what I'm saying right now. Is there such a makeup they call blush? Come on, I'm not here. They can't see you. I don't want them to think I'm in a room talking to myself, and they're gonna say, "Well, this man going crazy." Called blush. Okay, go back to the internet and type in blush on the internet. Let's see, we should still have that. Okay. Go to your dictionary. I believe that's the last one to the right. You're right. Type in blush makeup. Now, before we get to the meaning of it, when you put blush on your face, does that make you, is it called that you're blushy now? When you wear blush, lady, the women, females, huh? When you wear blush on your face, does it cause you to blush? No, I'm hearing no. So when you walk around with blush on your face, you're not walking around blushing. No. You're not sure. Someone said not sure. I got no. See, I thought when you wear blush makeup, because I don't, you know, men, the males are not supposed to wear makeup. They're not supposed to, but there are some males that wear makeup. Yeah, oh, I'm gonna get them too. That's why it's called spiritually. It's spiritually because Solomon Egypt. Oh, it's two red spots. So now let me get this straight. Hold on now, because I'm kind of new at this. I'm kind of new at this. So you're telling me that my black skin, dark complexion skin people, brown, black, all kind of different chocolate color, brown and black, I put something red on their face that they call blush, so they can go around looking like white folks with the red on. That's what you're telling me? That because they are dark, when they blush, you can't see it because of their skin complexion. It's dark, it's black, it's dark, chocolate brown, caramel, cocoa. So in order for them, when they're blushing, to see the blush, they put red on their face. So when they smile, you'll think they're blushing because like the white folks. I'm asking a question. I'm from another planet. I'm not from here. I don't know what they're doing here on this planet. Is that what the dictionary says? Read the dictionary. What's it? Blush makeup. I can't see a dictionary. I'm going to be relying on you to tell me what blush makeup.
It says,
what does it say?
Meaning red in French.
Red in French. So my black people are putting red French stuff on their face that's red. And they call it blush. They follow the French people like Levi, Haitian, huh?
Mm-hmm. It also says,
what does it also say?
It's a cosmetic for coloring the cheeks.
Oh, is it? So my black, nappy-headed, woolly-headed, dark-skinned cocoa, caramel, chocolate people are putting red makeup on their face, on their cheeks, so they can look red when they blushing, and they walk around blushing. That's what you're telling me. You gotta help me out. I'm not from this planet. You got to help me with this. That's what my people do. Follow the white folks. Now the next thing you're gonna tell me is that they straighten their hair with a comb, putting a permanent in it. They dyeing their hair and frying it with a comb. The woolly hair, like their own God has woolly hair. My Ab gave them hair like himself, wool that has electricity in it, electromagnetic in their hair, so they can communicate with him directly with the antennas. Each hair is numbered. Every hair on your hair is numbered as an antenna. That when you pray, he can hear you, and you can hear him in your mind if he talks to you. Antenna. That's where you put a radio antenna up or walkie-talkie antenna up when you're talking, so it can reach a certain distance. But they cutting it off. If they're not cutting it off bald, I mean, my males and females are shaving their head bald, shaving off the electromagnetic energy in their minds to him, and then, or they would take a comb or take something permanently to straighten it like silk hair, like the white folks, like a ponytail. Like the Gentile, the white folks, Europeans have silk hair. Their hair is made of silk. That's why we call it ponytail. Now, if you don't believe that, go look at a horse's tail or a pony. Brush it and go look at the white folks' hair and tell me it's not the same. It's also a disease called leprosy. It turns yellow. That's what you're telling me my people are doing. Permanent. And if they don't have enough of it, they go buy an extension from someone who's selling it. They go buy somebody else's hair so much until it's so expensive they go in the shop and steal it. Well, I see them on YouTube stealing it on camera. They run into a store selling hair and steal it. And then they add it on to what they have, like the white folks.
Yeah.
Even color the tip of it, go on the news. Go look at the anchors of my people on the news. Why? because they were raised by the slave master. And they think that's right. Everyone is doing right what they think is right in their own eyes. They're doing what they think is right in their own eyes, following the white folks. Instead of following their own God. They're following. Why? Because they were taught that God is white.
Mhm.
You have to pause here for a moment because they don't know this. Go to your search box of the concordance. It's up there too. You should have it. You have the Bible too?
Yeah.
Well, go to the Bible and turn to Daniel. Go to Daniel chapter 7. And read verse 9. You're going to come back to that meeting because I'm blushing. I'm blushing. You can't see the red in my eye. I'm blushing. You have no idea what I'm saying. But I'm blushing with my angels. I'm blushing. What's it say? Daniel 7:9. Read that.
Daniel 7:9, quote, I beheld till the thrones were cast down,
Mm-hmm.
and the Ancient of Days did sit.
Now, the Ancient of Days is someone as old as days or older. Did sit. That would be God.
Mhm.
My op told us that's God. So we're gonna obey and keep what my op said. I changed not.
Mhm.
The Ancient of Days did sit. Who's what?
Whose garment was white as snow.
See, that's over. He came and sat on his throne. At that time, he was wearing a white garment. Why? Because the thrones were cast down. He sat. Garment white as snow and what?
And the hair of
He
his
have
head.
a hair of head. Huh?
Yeah.
He have a head of hair on his head.
Mhm.
What kind of hair?
Like the pure wool.
He had pure woolly hair. Still have. And this, I have photo images you can see of it with the woolly hair.
Yeah.
And what?
His throne was like the fiery flame.
Yeah, the throne, that's the mothership. Wheels is burning fire.
Yeah.
Wheel in the middle of a wheel.
Mhm.
So God has woolly hair.
Wool, yeah, pure.
Pure wool.
Pure.
Okay, go back to the dictionary. You got it?
Mhm.
No, go to the dictionary where you're getting blushing.
Mhm.
I done had enough of that.
Yeah.
That's all the dictionary definition.
Mhm.
Go up to the search box and type in Yahweh ben Yahweh. It should pop up if you got it. It just pop right up.
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah.
Go to images. I mean, I'm relying on you. My back is turned to it.
We got images.
Okay, so keep strolling down until you find that woolly hair. I know they have a photo image of him with that pure wool. Keep going. You'll find it. It's one there. Keep going. If not, we'll come back and put Yahweh hair. Because Google never lets us down. We're not going to go too long on this. I mean, we have to go back and put.
There we go.
You got it. Click on it. Stroll down. Keep strolling down.
Yeah.
There it is. That's pure wool. That's the one sitting on. See, garments white as snow.
Mhm.
Hair on his head, pure wool. Right there, pure wool. Isn't that woolly hair?
Pure wool.
That's what he gave his children, his grandchildren.
Mhm.
He gave them that. But they don't like it. They say he made a mistake. See, they want to know how come the slave master have hair that's nice and they think it's nice and straight, different colors. So since God made a mistake, they ask the slave master, how your hair get like that? And they tell him, just make yours, just put some lye on it. put LIE, put LYE on it, right? Or put some kind of chemical on it that'll kill your wool. And after you do it a few times, it'll go and stay like that, like my hair. And eventually you will lose yours, but it's all right. At least for a while, you look like me. You may be able to pass. You don't have to no longer drink at a colored water fountain. You can come join the golf club too. You got it? Scroll back up to the previous photo, and you'll see that's November 7th. That was taken November 7th, 1990, in New Orleans, Louisiana, where we just came from this past weekend to leave some more curses in that city, where they took him into custody by those 2 federal FBI agents. Federal Investigation Bureau of Investigation, FBI agents. Go back to your dictionary and you typed in blush. Type in blush again. Go back to all. Type in blush. You did blush? You did blush makeup.
Okay.
I type in blush. And what's the definition of blush?
The definition of blush is, quote, show shyness,
To
embarrassment.
show shyness, embarrassment. This is my aunt brought to me last night in the message. He's embarrassed. He's embarrassed and ashamed, and he's also upset because of it, of the males that are on the wall. There are some male fish on the wall. If they leave their hand on the wall, there's some male fish on the wall. He's embarrassed and ashamed of it, and so am I. He reminded me that's why I'm ashamed and embarrassed, especially of those that are around me. Let them know. I'm letting them know that on the whole planet, all the world would know. You think I have it easy? Oh, yeah, I wish I was married with him. Well, right here where I am, behind this gate, behind this particular gate, an ass gate, I'm ashamed and embarrassed and upset because of the males that's on the wall. Some type of fish. Read on. What else it says?
Or ashamed by becoming red in the face.
Now you can't see. I'm brass. I'm what was prophesied to be. My skin complexion is just like it was said it would be. That way you go to the search box for the concordance. I think we had enough for that. I think, huh? Well, go to the search box and type in blush. Let's see if it's in the Bible. All right, blush.
Wow. You have to 3 times.
Are you serious? Don't tell me those times in Jeremiah chapter 6.
It is. Verse 15.
Really? Jeremiah chapter 6 is 2 in Jeremiah chapter 6.
1 in Jeremiah 6, 1 in Jeremiah 8.
2 in Jeremiah, the book. Go back now because your message is in Jeremiah chapter 6. That's what I'm to read last. I'm following my obedience, his commandment. Go back and put ing, see if it's blushing. See if anybody blushing in the Bible. Put ing right with a suffix. Is anybody blushing? Not the King James Version.
No,
So why are you blushing? Speaking to the females now. Why are you putting blush on your face and walking around as if you're blushing? There's no such thing. How would someone know you're blushing? Unless you walk around with some red makeup on your face. Every time you put red makeup on your face, on your cheeks, you walk around and the white folks look at you blushing. You won't let them know you're blushing. You don't even know what blushing is. Go back with blush. Let me tell you what I saw with my op showed me. I had a fish bowl against the wall with water in it. When it's there, a nice fish bowl, a bowl Now I'm coming out of Zechariah. It's a bowl in Zechariah. I had a fish bowl and I had a light on the cover of the bowl. You know the fish tank. You turn the light on. You can. And as I was looking at this fish bowl with the fish in it, is a certain fish. I left the room and I came back in the room. And when I came back in the room, one of the fish had jumped out the bowl and was on the wall. I said, wait a minute. How could a fish jump out the tank and crawl on the wall? And I looked at it, and as I came closer, it jumped back in the tank. And I'm standing looking at these fish and wondering what kind of fish are these that could come out of the tank and crawl on the wall, but after a while they got to go back in because they can't stay out of the water too long. So I shut off the light and left. Came back like a few hours later and turned the light, and now with more than one fish on the wall. And my op at that time was telling me something. And I know it was a message because whoever heard of such a thing. And I can guarantee you, no one on this planet ever had a vision or what they would call a dream of fish jumping out the tank on the wall and jump back in the tank, especially the specific species, a particular species of fish. So now go back to your search box in the dictionary and we'll tell you what kind of fish these were. Put blushing in the search box. You got blushing?
Mm-hmm.
Now you're going to put a space because these fish were angel fish. And these fish, because when I saw the fish, they were gray or they were silver and they were flat. And their wings were, the gills were like spreaded. I said in my mind when I saw it in the vision, I know I saw these fish before, but I don't know what kind they were. What kind of fish are these? I saw them before. And then when I came to and started looking, my arm came to me again as I was awake from that vision and said, son, these are angel fish. Click on it, you'll see them. And not only that, they're blushing. Now type in angel fish next to blushing and see if they don't pop up on the screen. Gray and flat. They can go against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Is there such thing?
Yeah.
You mean you actually see blushing angel fish?
Yeah. Right up.
Click on one of them. Go to the images.
Yeah, that's weird.
Look at them.
Yeah.
That's a perfect one right there. That's the same one I saw on the wall right there.
Yeah.
Flat, just like that. And silver, right?
Mm-hmm. Red blushing.
With the red blushing cheek. And they're supposed to be my angels. And they're on the wall. That's the serpent on the wall. You prefer the serpent on the wall in the day of the Lord opposed to an angel on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
That's what my art was telling me. My people would rather have a serpent on the wall and they're going to get bit if they put their hand on the wall, opposed to letting my angels put the hand on the wall and let the angel protect them.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to Wikipedia and see if they have any kind of information on the angel fish, a blushing angel fish on the wall. Can you imagine?
Mm-hmm.
Why, they're a bunch of asses. That's why. But you have. You read it? Read some of it. Let's go back to the
It says this wild type angelfish
Yes.
has two strikeless genes. The
they
body
two. They have two what?
strikeless genes.
Huh.
The body is actually gray with a blushish tint under the right light spectrum. Uh,
Right. Keep going.
okay, there we go. It's three types, the three species of the Pictophilium are
Hmm.
unusually shaped for uh, cyclids, being greatly literally compressed with round bodies and elongated triangular dorsals.
Now you study that. Write that down. This is a message from my arm to you. Study that angelfish. And what was he telling me? You ever heard of a blushing angelfish?
Mm-mm.
No, because you wearing blush on your face, ladies, females, women, putting blush on your face as a makeup, wanting to be like the white folks. You turn it red cheeks. You got that?
Yeah.
Okay. X that out because we're going to come back. You don't need the dictionary anymore after this. You want to take that particular link and turn it into a concordance. I mean, X it out and go to your concordance. And I want you to type in, since they prefer to put their hand against the wall and a serpent bite them and bit them, now type in angel against the wall and see where it takes you. A bunch of asses. It may not even be in the, huh? You're not going to find angel against the wall, an angel fish against the wall. You're not going to find it. You type angel against the wall. You're not going to find it, especially in Numbers chapter 22, verse 25. You're not going to find it in a book called Numbers one time. There's no such thing. That's just a coincidence. Are you telling me that you have on the screen Numbers chapter 22 and verse 25?
Wow.
Really?
Mm-mm.
I mean, read that.
And when the ass saw the angel of the Lord,
See, all you asses are looking at the angel of the Lord right here speaking to you and can talk.
Mm-mm.
All you asses can talk. You look at the angel of the Lord, but you rather put your hand against the wall and the serpent bites you. You listen to them. You'll even vote for them, helping them campaign for a 2024 election. You bunch of asses. You think I'm? Read that part again.
And when the ass saw the angel of the Lord, she thrust herself onto the wall.
The wall. And what?
And crushed Balaam's foot against the wall, and he smote her again.
And that's, see, you don't know who Balaam is. Click on it so you can see who Balaam is. That's H1109. I'm going to join you. I have my own here too. Who is Balaam? Who is it? Who is it?
Not of the people.
No, it's a foreigner. The slave master. Whipping them like a whip against the wall. Who? Bunch of asses.
Wow.
Click on wall, H7023. What you have for wall?
We have a side, wall of house or chamber.
Right.
The sides of the altar.
Right. Right here. And also the altars of the United States of America. Bunch of asses. Come out of that and type in ASS. Let's see what kind of ass this was. Right now, they said he being so rude, calling me an ass. No, I'm not. I'm not calling you an ass. You call yourself an ass. Act like I'm saying something, pretending like I'm saying something new. And you hear the parents talking to the children, boy, get your ass out the kitchen. And even talk to the husband, what your ass doing in my car? Why you can't get your own car? And then call himself an ass. Man, I'm taking my ass home. I ain't got to deal with this. And you think I'm being rude because I say you're a bunch of asses. Don't they say that? I'm not making it up.
All day, every day.
Would you bring your ass on? You walking so slow. I'm not going to be waiting on you like this. And then when they get tired of going, I ain't taking my ass to work today. I'm tired. I'm calling in sick. I'm tired of that. I'm going to take my ass to the mall and shop. They taking their ass to the mall and shop, yet they drive a car. If you're going to take your ass and ride your ass to the mall instead of driving your car to the mall. You typed in ass? How many times in the Bible?
We have it 86 times and 76 verses.
86 times and 76 verses. And I bet the most prominent one is what? What's the first one?
25:43.
You mean it don't come? What's the first place? First place?
Genesis.
You have to go all the way to Genesis chapter 22 before you come up with the word ass. And click on that meaning, H2543. What kind of ass is this?
It's a he ass.
It's a he ass, a male ass. And that's the majority, a male ass. You also have an ass coat, which is another he ass. Click on down, stroll on down of those 86 times, see if you come across an ass coat. You don't see it yet? You got to go past Deuteronomy. You don't see it. You don't see it in Judges chapter 10, verse 4? So what's an ass coat? A different meaning. H5895. What is that? Click on that.
He ass, male ass.
Another he ass, male ass. Now that means that's the four-legged ass. And there's also a two-legged ass of the men who become an ass. Like, get your ass out my car. It's my car. Go buy your own car. Drive your own car. Huh?
Yeah.
Now go to the ass that was talking. Let's see what kind of ass this is. See if that's not one of the females that put blushes on their face. The female ass. Putting blushes on your face. If you want to blush, you're red. That's a totally different meaning. I bet it's only a 3-letter character meaning.
It is.
H860, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the.
And this ass can talk. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
This ass can talk. It's like a man talking to his woman. And she won't do what he want her. She won't do what he want her to do. So he slap her in her ass. And she been doing everything for him all since they've been together. Have I ever let you down? Why you slap me upside my head like this? I'm gonna call the police on you. What kind of ass is that?
She ass.
A she ass. I told you it was a she ass. Putting blush and makeup on the face, blush. Walk around with black cheeks, putting red on like paint. You ass. That's all you see. Go to the etymology. See, don't blame it on just the she ass. It's not the she ass.
They got a she donkey.
A she donkey. Don't blame it on that. Go to where it comes from, of the crypto, the etymology of it, and see who these asses are that's putting blush and makeup on their face. So and get the shock of your life. Who can talk?
Perpetual, constant,
Perpetually, constantly. What else?
perennial, ever flowing
Ever flowing. What?
of a stream.
Of a stream of water. The people, the angels, from the fish tank.
Wow.
From the fish tank. The angel fish.
Mm.
The angel fish of the ass and blushing. Now you got to go to blush. A stream, an ever flowing stream of angels on the wall, people. And this water is coming. A flood is coming. A flood is coming. I'm warning you now. I'm telling you now. A flood is coming. Now go to Jeremiah chapter 6, where you found blush. Go back to that. And this is the message I've been told to give to Judah today and all the world, all the Hebrew Israelites, all 12 tribes. I'm being told to give you this message that you never thought was in Jeremiah chapter 6. You never thought you'd find it under blush. I have H 36, 37 in that order. 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, on that order, the 30s. From 33, the middle of the book, Micah. And who belongs to? Who created it? Koth. Did I tell you Koth is in charge? I told you that since yesterday. I gave you the CH, Keth and Koth. Now it's time for Koth. For Koth. It was Keth, now you got Koth. What meaning does he give you? Click on it.
Give us, wow.
You should have to be wounded and to taunt and to insult. My father's insulted. He's ashamed of you, and so am I. To be confounded and hurt. You have that too? Reproach. Now here's your message. So pay attention from verse 1. O you children of Benjamin. Who's Benjamin? The right hand man. The right hand. See, I told Panim in the beginning of Genesis chapter 49 that these sons are all being used by name to tell you what shall befall you in the last days. Benjamin's the last one with Yosef. That means someone would be in power over Judah in a government that would carry the name Yosef or Joseph. And someone would be with the other 10 tribes who will also be in power that would call himself Benjamin. Like Benjamin Netanyahu. With the other 10 tribes.
Wow.
So this goes for Benjamin and Judah. So gather yourselves to flee out of the midst of Jerusalem. Benjamin, you children of Benjamin, Netanyahu, and blow the trumpet in Tekoa, and set up a sign of fire in Beth Hakerem. Beth Hakerem. See, for evil appeareth out of the north, and great destruction is on its way. I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and a delicate woman. Are you in the Bible?
Mm-hmm.
You getting this from the direct King James Version, right? Don't go to the concordance part. I want you in the Bible, not the concordance. Jeremiah chapter 6, the Bible. They have to see this in their Bible to know it's not coming from me directly. It's coming from my directly, and me indirectly.
Mm-hmm.
My Arb is directly. I'm indirectly. I'm the mediator between him and you. Verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
The shepherds with their flock shall come unto her. They shall pitch their tents against her round about. They shall feed everyone in his place. Prepare ye war against her. Arise, and let us go up at noon. Woe unto us, for the day goeth away, for the shadows of the evening are stretched out. Arise, and let us go by night, and let us destroy her palaces. For thus hath the Lord of hosts said, Hew ye down trees. It's coming. Terrible whirlwinds are coming, going to blow a lot of trees down and tornadoes. Hew thee down trees and cast a mount against Jerusalem over in the Middle East. You want to know why Trump declared Jerusalem as being the capital of Israel? Here is why. He didn't know it, but we made him do it. Why? Because this is the city to be visited. She is holy oppression in the midst of her. As a fountain casteth out her waters, so she casteth out her wickedness. Violence and spoil is heard in her. Before me continually is grief and wounds. Be thou instructed, O Jerusalem, lest my soul depart from thee, lest I make thee desolate, a land not inhabited. Thus said the Lord of hosts, they shall thoroughly glean the remnant of Israel as a vine. Turn back thine hand as a grape gatherer into the baskets. To whom shall I speak and give warning that they may hear? Behold, their ear is uncircumcised. I said, their ear is uncircumcised, and they cannot hearken. Behold, the word of the Lord is unto them a reproach. They have no delight in it. That's a part of Jerusalem, too, of the United States, of Judah. You better hear this. Therefore, I am full of the fury of the Lord. I am full of the fury of the Lord. I am weary with holiness. I will pour it out upon the children abroad and upon the assembly of young men together. For even the husband with the wife shall be taken, and the age with him that is full of days. And their houses shall be turned into others, and their fields and wives together. For I will stretch out my hand upon the inhabitants of the land, saith the Lord Ma'ab. For from the least of them, even unto the greatest of them, every one is given to covetousness. And from the prophet, even unto the priest, every one dealeth falsely. They have healed also the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly, saying, Shalom, shalom, when there is no shalom. There is none. There is no shalom. There is no shalom. Were they ashamed when they had committed abomination? Nay. They were not at all ashamed, neither could they blush. So what's this blush? That's the first time you ever seen blush in the Bible. You never saw blush in the Bible before. Have you?
No.
So what is this blush? We didn't look it up yet. This blush, you looked it up, right?
To be insulted.
To be insulted. Therefore they shall fall among them that fall and be assaulted. At the time I visit them, they shall be cast down, said the Lord. The Ancient of Days did sit. The thrones were cast down. They're going to, he visit them. He already did that. God visited this planet. And he cast him down. He sat down on his throne. We heard that in the recording. He put back on his holy garment and sat back on and put up his right hand and cast him down here in Jeremiah chapter 6 and verse 15. Thus said the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see and ask for the old paths. Where is the good way? And walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein. Ain't going to do it. Also, I set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet. But they said, we will not hearken. You got to listen to that. Therefore, hear, ye nations, since Judah don't do it. Nations, you hear and know, O congregation, what is among them. Hear, O earth, behold, I will bring evil upon this people, even the fruit of their thoughts, because they have not hearkened to my words, nor to my law, but rejected it. To what purpose cometh there to me incense from Sheba, and the sweet cane from a far country? Your burnt offerings are not acceptable, nor your sacrifices sweet unto me. Therefore, thus saith the Lord of the God of the Hebrews, behold, I will lay stumbling blocks before this people, and the fathers and the sons together shall fall upon them, the neighbor and his friend shall perish. I'm prophesying, I'm warning you, this is coming. I'm reminding the others. The theologians of the world do this for thousands of years, if not hundreds. I'm telling you now, it's coming. The day of the Lord is here. Why? Thus said the Lord, behold, a people cometh from the north country, and a great nation shall be raised from the sides of the earth. War is coming. Don't be surprised if that's North Korea and even Europe, Russia. And what's going to happen? They shall lay hold on bow and spear, that right now those automatic weapons. They are cruel and have no mercy. I said they are cruel and have no mercy. Their voice roareth like the sea. That's the fighter jets. And they ride upon horses, the tanks and the cars, vehicles, set in array as men for war against thee in their uniforms and army fatigues, O daughter of Zion. There's also the United States government coming against Judah. We have heard the fame thereof, our hands wax feeble. Anguish hath taken hold of us, and pain as of a woman in travail. Go not forth into the field, nor walk by the way, for the sword of the enemy and fear is on every side. O daughter of my people, gird thee with sackcloth, and wallow thyself in ashes. Make thee mourning as an only son. Most bitter lamentation for the spoiler shall suddenly come upon us. I have set thee for a tower and a fortress among my people, that thou mayest know and try their way. They are all grievous revolters, walking with slanders. They are brass and iron. They are all corrupters, all of them. The bellows are burned. The lead is consumed of the fire. The founder melteth in vain, for the wicked are not plucked away. Reprobate silver shall men call them. Because why? Because the Lord has rejected them. That's why you reject the word, he's also going to reject you. My Father's going to reject you. Continue to do what you want to do. Continue to reject who you think you see on this camera video. You think you know me. You never heard another man speak like this before. Why? Because I was taught by the only man you ever heard speak like this before. It was raised by him from among you, just like you said it would do. You thought it was him. Is he here? It's been 16 years now since May 7th, 2023. 16 years since my arm ascended. Who in this part of hell are you waiting on? They waiting on him to come back. Show them that clip if you can find it as we sign off. Show them that I was with him in the temple from the beginning. Even dwelling and living in the temple with him. As Mika, as he called me. He called me Mika. That's the name he placed on me that you thought was a name. That's not my name. I have my name on my forehead. Some thought it was Yahshua. Think you can find it?
Type it in. Let's check.
I'm sure I'm going to ask those who found it to go ahead and post it on social media's Facebook and let them know who they thought was Mika. Standing right there on the right side, on the right hand of God, like Benjamin, the right hand, bringing Benjamin into it.
Yeah,
Did you find it? I have my back to it, to the wall.
I'm trying to scroll down. Yeah, that's it. Let's see. Yeah, the first one. Yeah. Way back, way back.
Did you find it yet?
We put out a lot of videos.
Should be a name.
That's it. Yeah, that's what we did. Yeah, it's just all the name of the videos. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know how you found it.
Weird. Yeah.
Did you find it yet?
Type it in now.
Type it in now.
Specifically.
What name is it for the record for those who may want to look for it at a later time?
So Miami police continue investigation into Yahweh Ben Yahweh for the death of former members.
Oh, that's what it's under.
Mm-hmm.
As if I'm surprised. They can't let it go. Don't worry. Soon they will have no choice. Is that one in particular?
Yeah.
How about the angel that? How about that angel on the wall? Angel fish blushing.
That says like that.
Black Hebrew
Further?
Israelites believe they are the true descendants of the original Jews, but this may be the only belief the group's various branches in the
That's the
United
temple.
States and Israel have in common.
How long is the
The
video?
leader of Miami's Yahweh Temple is Moses Israel. His
At that
followers have
time.
recently come under investigation in the murders of 2 defectors from the group. Moses Israel
There you go, right there.
Right there. You got it? Okay. Let that stay just like that as we sign off.
It's the same way you do your rap too. Yeah.
Same way. I pray that you receive this message from the angels on the wall. Well, okay. How about that? That's better? Okay. Now you can see it. That's Mika.
Yeah.
In the temple, in my Ob's office, at the first visits that they came to the temple, what do? He called me, get Mika. I go to him. I call him Abba then. Yes, Abba. Go get dressed. We have company coming. You're going to be in the office with me. Why you suppose he said that? He did that. Why you suppose I was always with him? You know, they don't even think of that.
Mm-hmm.
Why you suppose Mika, and some say, oh, he kicked Mika out the temple. Don't make me laugh. Since when did my father, same thing, ever kick me out of the temple? He done put me out of the temple. He sent me away from your wicked ass. See, ass, that's about it. He sent me away from your wicked asses. And then he told the most wicked of the asses to send him out. If you don't like what he said on the recording, you thought he put me out. No, he put you out of me.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? That's all I have to say. And that includes YouTube as well. Find YouTube, same thing. I don't have nothing else to say to YouTube either. YouTube, their tube, our tube. Doesn't matter what tube it is. Some tubes got out of people tying tubes. Too many windows are open here. But we can handle it. Look at that. Oh, that's the windows of heaven being opened.
Yeah,
It's still showing. It's still playing, of course. Of course.